So our newest unit this time is Midiya, and Midiya is a recurring character, like one of the main the only main character, one of the main good original character that is not an Octopath 2 character in Celestia. Wow, that is kind of lonely. Yeah, speaking of, that is kind of lonely. What the heck? This whole journey has just been on the good guy side. It's just been Sail and Midiya. What? Anyway. Midiya is a DPS cleric. Like, imagine her, but like casty, but instead of for axe, it's for staff. The main part of Midiya here is that she is a staff DPS, and she also supports other staff, and she also has a passive where, if any, okay, not just staff hitting stuff, if any allies hit any weakness, like if they're just hitting the weakness of the enemy, then Midiya will follow up with a 2-hit staff, each with 100 power. And this one is strong because I think this is like the second one where the attack can be triggered by most of your teammates, because most of the other restriction, right, are by the one that has to do the element. Casty was Axe, Huja was Bow, while Oswald was Fire, Ice and Lightning, but recently Erika EX, she has like this follow attack, the shield shake whenever you do anything, and this one is also kind of like that. Although staff team are really not good at all, so you definitely need more than this to just make it work. And also, I think she was just closer to end up helping out Pardis than actually helping our staff team. Because Pardis potency up does affect this, because this follow attack is from Pardis, not from Midiya, like how Erika works. So if Pardis get this follow attack, he will get 200% more damage, so he would do like 3 times more damage. So each follow-up is a 300 power staff that had fire and light, so it's really strong. Not to mention her other passive also, whenever she's in the front row, grant everyone 15% attack up and 30% staff damage up, and also 20,000 damage cap up, so it's really good. And the torch point passive is to raise everyone's staff damage up buff cap from 30% to 50%, and at max HP, then also grant everyone an extra 20%. Combine the 20% staff damage up from this one and with this passive down here, she can grant everyone 50% staff damage up already. For her skill option, she has a 6-hit staff that hit fire and light, 40 power, go to 70 power to max boost. And this one is her main nuke, it's a 3-hit staff that hit fire and light. All her staff hit fire and light. 110 power, but max boost it goes to double it, so it's 360 power. So 3 times 360 at max boost. A 3-hit staff that also hit fire and light, and also heal everyone in the front row, and also grant them an HP barrier. She also has a way to inflict implant staff weakness on the enemy, like how Belisha do it. This one is an AoE staff implant, also debuff staff fire and light resistance down by 15%. And lastly, her buff skill is a front row 15% damage up, and if the person that is receiving the buff is a cleric, they also get an 15% staff damage up. So for a cleric, this is front row 30% damage up, but for a physical attacker, it's only front row 15% damage up. And then her torch point skill, which is a 4-hit random staff. However, each of the staff inflict 2 stack of weakness implant, and the following attack also increase it. So if I were to describe it, the first hit will inflict 2 hit. The second hit will take away one of those weakness that is implant, but putting an extra 2. So it goes from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. So after using this, you will have 5 tons of stat implant. 5 times. And then her EX ability is AoE 4-hit staff AoE, 180 power and max boost. Also, you can use this whenever there's an enemy with stat weakness. So, and her ultimate is an interesting one because I don't see any ultimate that like buff this character a lot like this, but it's a random 8-hit staff, but you use 200% of power, it will become a 10-hit random, and also grant everyone 20% attack up and 20% physical damage up. If you use this without the 200%, you will not get the 20% damage up part. Her A4 is 80 attack, 60 SP, passive 15% attack up and magic up. If the holder is a cleric, then guarantee critical, and also magic and crit. Anyway, I don't think staff team will be a thing yet, but there's Walisha, there's Midiya, and then there's also the old Yanlong. And I think that if they are trying to make staff team viable, then Midiya is good because she's like the equivalent of staff, but like for cast, she's the equivalent of Casty, but for staff. But we need someone much more important, which in this case, we need a stronger staff DPS. For Midiya case, the 3-hit staff is not enough, and all the other skill, the potency isn't as high. You could use her ultimate as the main way to damaging the enemy, but it's an ultimate, you have limited use of that per battle. And Midiya, Walisha, and Yanlong are the same thing too. None of their DPS are strong enough. We need someone that is on the level of the Torena, I think. Like, the Torena isn't like super duper strong like Pardis kinda is, but you need to be someone at least on that level or even slightly stronger than that to make staff team decently viable. At least right now, staff team is no longer immune with Midiya, but I think it's still a fun off-meta team though. If anything, I won't be surprised if Midiya fate currently right now is to just end up for being Pardis support, because I don't think there's any sword follow for Pardis yet. So Pardis somehow get like a follow attack attached on him, right? And he also get to apply the potency up of his passive onto this follow attack. He is getting an extra 2 times 300 attack AoE per turn, so it's kind of fun. But other than that, that's it. Midiya can be a fun support for any other team because her follow-up condition is to just hit any witness, not just stab. So it's easy to slot her into other team without it being a staff team. But for now, if you want staff team to be viable, you need more than Midiya, Walisha, and Yanlong.